I always say mortgages changed my life, and I mean it. When I first started off, I started off as a marketing assistant at Guild Mortgage, was hired straight out of college, didn't know how to spell the word mortgage. Like, when I tell y'all I was greener than green comes, it just so happens the girl that I cheered in college with was ready to buy a house. She called me because I had been posting marketing stuff. Everything's great. We show up to the closing, and so I bring my gift. We're sitting there chatting it up. Well, the title attorney, towards the end, I mean, he just starts like sweating, like profusely sweating, like bullets, very like nervous, not really looking at anybody. And so she tells me, she goes, Morgan, have you met like Blake, the attorney? And I said, no. And she was like, well, he's single, you know? And I was like, really?
Interesting.
Like, okay. So now he's coming back in the room, still profusely sweating. And I'm like, you know, just like, just like really like putting on my best. He's not even paying it. He doesn't even know what planet I'm on. Like, when I tell y'all, so now it's become every time he leaves the room, it's the joke, right? So now the sellers are in on it, their agent, everybody's in on it. They're like, oh my gosh, let's get y'all together. You're single, he's single. So then when he comes back in, we're all like, and then when he leaves, we go back. It was the joke. So finally, I mean, y'all, it is nearing 6 o'clock. I'm leaving. Like, this was fun. In the meantime, I had written my number on a like piece of paper, handed it to my friend, and said, make sure you give this to him. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea why it's gone past an hour. So I'm just like, I'm leaving. I get in my car. I'm backing up. This man, the attorney, comes full sprint running towards my car. And I am like, oh my gosh, Jesse gave him my number. He's gonna ask me on a date. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here it is. Roll down my window and I'm like, yes. He looks me dead in the eyes and goes, what's the funding number? And I said, the funding number? I'm like, hold that thought. Call my boss. What's a funding number? I don't even know what a funding number is. I am like, first of all, emotionally distraught because he didn't ask me on a date. Second of all, like, clearly something is going really wrong if there's no funding number, whatever that meant to me at the time. I made doormats. I didn't know anything. And so what happened was their bank was rejecting the wire. We were sending the wire. So we had two people going, we sent it, and they're going, we didn't receive it, and nobody could figure out why. It was one of those closings that was really, really rough. Well, needless to say, he did not call me. I know, shocking. He didn't call me. 6 months later, my boss says, hey, we're going to send a title order to Home Run Title Company. I need you to get their fees. Never heard of that title company before. Lo and behold, Blake had opened up his own title company, slid in the emails, and was like, for marketing purposes, we really need to have a lunch. Like, I'm made for you, you're made for me, like, let's get married. And that's exactly what we did. We got married and had a baby and
I love it.
And now that is how I met my husband. So when I say mortgages changed my life,
Oh,
they
my
really
God.
changed my life.